Hello and welcome to this episode of A Walk with the Warhawks. I'm Mike Ezekiel, and guess what? We now have a title sponsor for our show. This is amazing. A Walk with the Warhawks is now presented by Raising Cane's on South Clack. Stop by the drive-thru this week at Raising Cane's and mention A Walk with the Warhawks at the window, and guess what? You get 10% off your next purchase. Raising Cane's, a proud partner of McMurry Athletics. So once again, welcome to the show. I'm Mike Ezekiel. We're coming to you on Zoom, and we're joined today by junior cross-country runner John Zuniga. John, welcome to A Walk with the Warhawks.
Thank you, Mike. Glad to be here.
Glad to be here. And hey, before we get started, I see the guitar in the background. Do you play?
Yeah, I actually picked it up in December. It was a Christmas gift, so kind of picked it up a little bit and dropped it over the summer. But now picking it back up now that school started. So play a little bit.
What kind of guitar is it?
Just a regular 6-string acoustic.
There you go.
Yeah, it's nothing special.
Okay, I had a Fender Starcaster. That was my first guitar. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're probably a lot better than I am, but I just saw it. I had to ask.
That's a bold statement right there.
All right, so you're coming to us live from your apartment today, I assume, right?
Yes, sir. My office/room.
Your office/room. I love it. Well, obviously, it looks like we're not really going to take a walk with the Warhawks, but are you ready to take a walk with the Warhawks?
Let's do it.
All right, so we're sitting down, but, you've been back on campus for a couple of weeks now. I think cross-country actually came back the week before school. So how does it feel to be back?
Yeah, it feels awesome to be back. Be back in the college environment and around other students. Feels wonderful. Feels like I'm a normal student again.
Yeah, sure. And I'm sure it does feel like you're a normal student without sports going on right now. You're having to try to normalize a little bit more. But, John, obviously things have been a little different on campus. You see people wearing masks, socially distanced. Classrooms are a lot smaller now. You're probably doing online classes too. But let's just talk about athletics for a second. And, obviously having your track season cut short in the spring and cross-country championships delayed to next spring. How are you kind of staying positive through all this and trying to stay active as well and prepared for the season?
Yeah, so staying positive isn't too hard. It's actually pretty easy. I feel like since I've moved here, I've been groomed very well into being a positive person and being mindful. So taking a look outside of myself, I really don't have it that bad. I'm a student athlete. I got a good job, so it's really easy to stay positive, and things are really good for me right now. So just keeping an open mind and a good mind. Yeah.
I think that's the best attitude to have for sure. But just to clear this up, I believe you're still a junior academically, but technically sophomore for cross country. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So if I wanted to come back, I could still compete.
That's perfect. And obviously the eligibility waivers by the NCAA is going to make things a little different. And you being a track and cross-country athlete, it'll be weird. But, John, for cross-country in particular, 3 returners, including yourself, you're kind of the upperclassman on the team. 1 returner for women's cross-country and Sarah Walters. How do you feel about this crop of young talent that we have on both sides? As Coach Rexy Parcells brought in a lot of talent on both sides. You've had a few practices with the new guys. How do you feel about them?
Man, it's going to be crazy. The potential that this team has right now is through the roof. And I keep telling that to Coach Parcells. These young guys, they're fast. They push me physically and mentally in a good way. They help me be better. But physically, this team is, if we keep up what we're doing right now, we're going to be amazing.
Yeah, and you really like to hear that because when you have guys and girls that run a certain speed and can help push their teammates, you do like to have people that are faster than you. So, John, it seems like right now you're kind of the incumbent leader. You were the ASC Newcomer of the Year last year, and now it seems like the team's kind of turned to you as a leader. Is that something you're excited about, and is that a role that you've been in before?
It's actually my first time having to kind of be the upfront leader, so to speak. In the past year and couple semesters, I've kind of been the leader from behind the scenes. I've just And in that, I mean just voicing my opinion, but not necessarily being the leader or the face of the team. But now having coach not being able to be there right now, I've become like the coach, the temporary coach.
Sure.
So being an athlete and a coach, I love the role as a leader and helping these guys get through practices every day, and kind of being that role model. I love it so much. When I moved here, I told Coach Parcells that I've always wanted to be a leader, and she's done an amazing job at grooming me with that and helping me become the best leader that I can be. So I'm excited. I love it.
I love that, man. That's great. Well, with that all that said, are you ready for rapid fire?
Let's do it.
All right, rapid fire. All right, John, rapid fire. First question for you right off the bat. If you could pick up if you could pick up a third sport, because you have two, cross country and track, but if you had to pick a third one, what would you pick?
Swimming.
Swimming. Why swimming?
Because I feel like it's a practical sport. I feel like I've conquered the land of running. So now I want to get in the water and push my limits in the water and become a better swimmer.
Okay, so here's a follow-up question to that. So if you knock out swimming and you master that, you already have the running down. Is triathlon maybe next on the table? Because all you need is biking.
Absolutely. Yep. I would love to do the Ironman. That's a goal on my list.
Man, well, you've certainly mastered one part of that, so swimming would be interesting to see. But
we actually we have a freshman on our team, Jackson. He's a triathlete, so hopefully he can kind of take me under his wing and teach me his ways. That's
exciting. I used to cover triathlon, and that was a fun sport to watch. It really was, and I hope it continues to grow as it has. But all right, John, next question for you. What's something that scares you that most people wouldn't be scared of?
Worms. Oh my gosh. Worms. I cannot, even just looking at them, because they just don't have spines and it's not normal. And I just the way they move, I can't.
So you're not a big fisherman, I take it.
I don't mind fishing, but I will not use a worm. I will use anything else.
Oh, that's fair. All right. Next thing for you. What's your favorite home cooked meal? So when you go home, like, what's the one thing you request the most?
So I don't really know what the name of it is, but it's literally just a chicken breast covered in pesto sauce with mozzarella cheese and a slice of tomato on it, with a baked sweet potato. Oh my goodness.
That sounds somewhat healthy too.
Yeah, it's super healthy. I hope. But yeah, it's so good.
Maybe we could just call it Zuniga chicken.
What's that?
Just call it Zuniga chicken, right?
Zuniga chicken. Yes, sir. Give me a good helping of Zuniga chicken.
I love it. All right. Well, John, you're a criminology major, and what's your dream job to have kind of when you graduate and move on to college or after college?
That's actually a good question. So for the longest time, my eyes were set on the Special Forces and Air Force, specifically combat controller. And I still have a passion for that, but now kind of this year, I don't know. I realize that I have potential to do pretty much anything that I want. And I still want to go into law enforcement. I feel like that'd be really cool, but I'm starting to realize that there's a lot of branches that I think are really cool. So like working for the FBI or the CIA, kind of along the lines of those. So still weighing out my options, but the Air Force is definitely not off the table yet.
Wow. Yeah, that would be exciting. And you're in a perfect place for the Air Force for sure. But John, final thing, what's your favorite thing about McMurry?
Favorite thing about McMurray definitely has to be the people. Coach Parcells is definitely on the top of that list. She's helped me grow so much in just the short amount of time that I've been here, as well as my advisor, Dr. Patton. He's been amazing on the academic side of things. But yeah, definitely moving here, the people the staff have all been super helpful and super kind to me. So I definitely am grateful for that.
Well, John, this has been a super fun interview. I've really enjoyed it. Once again, thank you for joining the show. We really appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, Mike.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, tune in next week for another episode of A Walk with the Warhawks presented by Raising Canes. For John Zuniga, I'm Mike Ezekiel.